It's a good time. It's thrilling, there's tension, but you got to keep things loose, and they've been doing that in the Tennessee and Alabama dugouts to the best of their ability. We haven't seen any scoring in a long time. It has been a pitcher's duel. There have been opportunities, and it's still 2-2 as we head to the bottom of the 14th.
I do feel like both teams have really kept the energy up for now what has turned into a doubleheader today for this super regional game. Seen lots of dancing, lots of energy, pumping each other up, cheering each other on.
Just
willing just willing each other to try to score a run in this ball game.
Alabama needs to win to force a decisive Game 3 tomorrow. A Tennessee win here today, and they advance on to Oklahoma City. It's been a warm day, and the energy's been high since the beginning, so few fans showing that.
Now they've got the shade
little
covered,
tuckered out. Yeah.
Little shade.
Thanks for sticking with us as we head to the bottom of the 14th inning. So Lauren Johnson will bat here for Alabama in the bottom of the 14th. Against Carlin Pickens, ready with her 120th pitch in relief, and it's a solid single to left by Lauren Johnson. The freshman from Franklin, Tennessee, who didn't play in the Tuscaloosa Regional, comes to the plate here in the 14th. Something you brought up with Patrick Murphy before this regional started, saying it seems like he's got the magic touch with pinch hitters through the years.
He just has such a good feel for when to bring a batter into the ball game, even going back to that 2012 season. Jazz Lunsford coming in with a pinch hit home run in the World Series. KJ Haney had a big pinch hit grand slam against South Carolina a few seasons ago. But he said a lot of it has to do with the fact that he throws BP to these players throughout the week too, so he's getting a bird's eye view of what their swings look like throughout the week so that he can pick and choose which one's going to be the right matchup to put in at the right time during the game.
Valentine pulls the barrel back, takes a ball, it's 2-0.
And Riley Valentine has had really good at-bats against Carlin Pickens in this ball game. She was the one that drilled the ball just inches away from leaving the yard in a walk-off home run a few innings ago, back in the 12th.
Valentine rips one to left, moving over and not making the catch is Riley West. Sliding in safely to third is Johnson. Second and third for Alabama with nobody out in the bottom of the 14th. West got there, got a glove on it just at the top of the grass and just couldn't hang on to it.
Another solid swing again from Riley Valentine, seeing the ball so well, and it just tips off of the end of that glove and skips away from her out in left field. Has to grab it barehanded, throw it into third base. Valentine with that double, both runners into scoring position, and some really good swings coming from the pinch hitter Lauren Johnson, and then Riley Valentine in that 8th spot for Alabama today.
Let's talk strategy. Karen Weekly goes to talk to her battery and her infielders. You know Patrick Murphy has been in manufacture runs mode. Do you think squeeze here? What is the play here with nobody out, second and third in the bottom of the 14?
I think he's going to read to see where the corners are playing, and like we talked about back several innings ago, really reading where McKenna Gibson's going to be set up at third base, because there are other options besides just a squeeze play. You can go to that slap, you can try to get more of a ground ball back up the middle, depending upon where this defense is going to be playing. With Callie Hevelin up at the plate, you can see just the left side of this infield. They're going to go ahead and put her on base
Interesting.
Intentionally walk her to load the bases to make it a force play at the plate.
100%. So that's the call here. They're going for the intentional walk to Hevelin, the number 9 hitter, who's 0 for 4 today, but they will load the bases. That means there's a force play at the plate.
And you've got Kristen White standing over on deck, who we've talked about throughout this game, has had success against Pickens throughout this season. She likes to get those high choppers. That one almost got away from Nugent there. She'll get some great height on the ground balls that she puts into play.
Think about it for Tennessee, too. It is hard if Kristen White chops one into the ground like we've seen before. It's hard to get her at first. You have better odds of getting Johnson at home if you're charging the ball from the left side, which is where we've seen White go before. Here we go, bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom half of the 14th inning. A run here, ball game over. Alabama wins. We play tomorrow. White fouls it off for strike one.
The whole defense here, you have no choice but to play practically as close as possible, outfield included. You're playing up. See just how close the corners are.
White chops it. Mueller's got to come home. It's not in time, and Alabama lives to play another day.
The University of Alabama Crimson Tide 3, the Tennessee Lady Volunteers 2. We can see an angle like the Lady University for hosting the season 2024 NCAA Division I Knoxville Super Regional. Fans for a pitch for Super Regional Game number 3 tomorrow will be held down later this evening.
Alabama 3, Tennessee 2 in a record-setting 14 innings to set up a Game 3 in the Knoxville Super Regional tomorrow.
Could not have scripted this ending any better for Alabama. Kristen White coming through. Tennessee decides to intentionally load the bases to bring up Kristen White, and she ends the ball game.
It's time for our Capital One rewarding performance. And when you go 14 innings, you got to go with what happened in the 14th, the game winner.
Just as scripted, Kristen White made that change, moving up to that leadoff spot in the regional last weekend. She's in there so that she can chop the ball as high as possible and give Lauren Johnson enough time to score from third base. She does exactly that. Kristen White coming through again for this team. You've seen her do it back last weekend in that regional. Comes through with their season on the line. A walk-off infield base hit for Kristen White in the extra inning affair here in Knoxville, and their season lives on one more day.
White drawing the crowd and
and the props.
And the props. Kristen, I think you're in there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Congratulations. We don't even give you a chance to catch your breath because we were holding our breath throughout this game. Just take us through that moment for you and what it means to do that for this team here in Knoxville.
Oh my God, it just means so much, honestly. Just being to execute for my team is the biggest thing ever and the most satisfying thing ever, gratifying. And I was happy when they walked Callie because I wanted to be the one to get it done. And so I'm so glad that I could do that for my team today and bring us to Game 3 and Championship Sunday.
Kristen, you guys played practically a doubleheader here in this super regional game, season on the line, but what were the conversations like in the dugout to keep all the energy up throughout this 14 innings?
Yeah, just bent, never broken, honestly. I think this game was about who had the most grit and who could get the timely hit, and if it takes 14, then it takes 14. You know, we've been here before, we've done it before, and it was tiring, but, you know, we just said that we had each other's backs, and as long as Beaver shoved in the circle, we got her back, and we'll finally try to make something happen at the plate.
Well, Kayla's got your back right now. She's in there helping out. Congratulations. Enjoy the party.
Thank you so much.
It'll be a short one because you got a game tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Kristen White and Alabama, the Tide roll to Championship Sunday. Coming up tomorrow, winner take all for a spot in Oklahoma City. Alabama wins it in 14.